Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to High Top Sports Oregon. If you were here yesterday, we called the buck. The Dutch has landed in Eugene, Oregon, boys. The three-star linebacker, the next coming of Nick Bosa. Excuse me, this kid is an absolute duck. We're gonna watch this film today. I'm really excited. This kid, I'm jealous as a Gator fan. I envy the Dutch that is coming on in to Eugene, Oregon. But like I said, we called it yesterday on the show. We felt like we had a little bit of a niche. 2026 linebacker. The show's popping off. The Duck fans were excited about it. And then boom, you rest your head to sleep. Dan gets it done. Derek the Duck, talk to me. How are you feeling about the Dutch?
Hey, I always gotta feel pretty good when you call your shot. I think he ended up committing, what was it, like 2 hours after we released our video yesterday, so, I mean, we almost hit the nail on the head. But absolutely love it, first of all. I know everybody loves the name Dutch. Gonna be an absolute monster. You don't have the name Dutch and not be a monster. Like, lunch pail type of dude for sure.
Mm.
Absolutely the guy we wanna, keep on our side. I know, I'm hearing rumblings of Utah, trying to work their way in there and talk to my boy Dutch here. But massive pickup for the Ducks. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now, how it's definitely not too early to start looking ahead to the 26 class because in reality, we are in the 26 cycle. And Dan's doing a phenomenal job of addressing this early. I know this, Dutch's commitment drops our average a little bit, still have the number one class in the nation, but this is one where I do expect him to rise up to a 4-star eventually. So glad to get it on him early.
Anybody that names their kid Dutch Horsick means business, okay? There is a purpose behind that. And like you said, again, enough with the name. We were excited about it. But 6'3", 240 pounds. This is his freshman tape we are watching, and it's going to transition into his sophomore tape. Yes, freshman and sophomore tape. Why is that? Because he hasn't even played his junior year yet, okay? So when you take a look at this young man's film, he's not a young man. This is a grown man, the next coming of Nick Bosa, leveling kids, okay? This is his freshman film that you're watching, and then we'll transition into the sophomore film. The way he explodes off the ball, his technique, his movement. I love how quickly he gets back. And you can see the growth, again, through this film, this being freshman, then we get into that sophomore film. Just his size, his presence on the line, drops back into coverage a little bit if need be, just leveling the quarterback left and right. Really fun to watch him play. And he plays like we talked on yesterday's show before we called it. I'm not saying that we influenced his commitment to Oregon, but I'm not saying we didn't either. If you go back and watch that, you talk about look where he plays in high school. He's playing against some of the elite high schools in that California area, which look is going to help you in most cases for your rating, but also you're up against the best of the best. So sometimes that could, you know, falter it a little bit in a way. But I cold-heartedly believe, unless an injury or something crazy happens, this young man will be a 4-star by the end of it. You just can't take a look at this man's film. Gets a little bit more weight under him, but his technique, his explosion off the line, it's really fun to watch. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do for the Ducks or Utah, whoever comes in there.
Oh, gee. No,
I'm sorry. I'm
Kyle
sorry.
needs to stay away, man. I've had enough of that guy for a while. But yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this is just his freshman tape and the quality of competition down here. So he comes out of Bellflower, California, which is, maybe 15 minutes away from Santa Ana and the number one team in the nation currently, modern day. So, there's a ton of competition down here in SoCal. And the dude, to start at this level as a freshman and put the tape out that you are is truly impressive. I know that for the people who were watching our show yesterday, one of the things that I was talking about that really got me so excited was his explosiveness. Now, I know at this point, only being a freshman here, what we're able to see, and, just completing his sophomore year last year, he's not quite at the collegiate ready frame yet. And that's fine. I talked about one of his weaknesses being, he doesn't quite have a complete package of moves off the line. He really relies on that speed rush, not necessarily a bull rusher at this point. But, as we got to think as he continues to grow and develop, he's going to develop these type of things. His rating's going to go up, playing in St. John and Bosco. I think they're number 9 in the nation right now. There's eyes on him at all times. So I think he's going to get a ratings bump here sooner than later, especially now that he's made a commitment. People tend to put their eyes on these type of people. So eyes will be watching, and I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him jump up to a 4-star, maybe even inside that top 250 eventually.
Absolutely. Right now, you guys sit at 5 commits, third in the class for 2026 behind Auburn and Penn State, who both have 6 commits. You sit with the highest rating, though, at 95.11. Again, with the 3-star here in Dutch Horisk, I believe it's how it's pronounced. So we'll keep an eye on this. Guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. We're going to be having a show drop on Tuesday. I believe we shoot those on Monday. So we'll have some camp notes probably to talk about, which will be the first week of, it's not fall camp anymore. We're going to call it real life football camp. I mean, it's here. So it's rocking and rolling. You had scrimmage yesterday, which we have not spoke about. So we'll talk about that last scrimmage that you guys have. I think the Ducks won from what I'm gathering, which is good news.
And confirm.
Okay,
Yep,
good
confirm.
to hear. Well, we appreciate you boys as always. The last video blew up to over 3,000 views in just under a day, under 24 hours, which is insane. The Ducks are flocking, and we love it here at High Top Sports Oregon. We appreciate you guys coming back and enjoying our sense of humor, especially our Texas fans that have joined the company and support the show. So, you guys, be good. We love you. You see the next one. Peace and love, baby. We sync that.